Hello out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to do a brief video on updates. At the end of the week, I'm coming out with my DVD number 3. I already have DVD number 1 and 2, and now I'm going to include a third video because the videos are like 45 minutes long a piece, and what you would get for 45 minutes for $10 a piece, because they're 10 bucks a piece, it's like maybe 7 or 8 months of guitar lessons from a guitar teacher. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to really, I guess, do what Scott, the piano guy, Houston, is doing for piano. He's cutting to the chase, where if you want to learn how to play piano, cut through all the stuff that you don't need to learn and focus on the stuff you need to learn. I'm trying to do the same thing for guitarists, because I'm a product of the old system. I went to music teachers for like a couple of years, and I kind of got frustrated because the majority of them wasn't teaching me what I needed to learn until I met one particular person at the Conservatory of Music in Chicago. And I only had one lesson with Frank. And what Frank gave me is the chart that I've been giving you guys, and he walked me through it, because that's another thing. I don't have a problem with sending out these charts, but it would be a good idea to purchase the DVD, the first one at least, to understand the chart. Because if Frank would have just handed me the chart and walked off, it would just been foreign to me. But with the video, it helps supplement the chord PDF file. It kind of walks you through the logic of it and how you can apply it and why it's important to study these particular finger grips. So I strongly recommend anybody that wants the quote-unquote free chart to order the DVD. It's only 10 bucks. And like I said, 45 minutes a piece. And what I pack in these DVDs are it's a wealth of information that would normally take a music teacher to teach you an entire year. Because when you first look at music, sheet music, you get intimidated. It's like, how am I supposed to read all this stuff? And, where do I first start? And I'm going to show you ways in my third DVD to cut through the chase where it's not as difficult for the guitar player. And mainly the rhythm guitar player, because and I'm going to try to not go into this because it's too detailed, but the majority of the stuff that the rhythm guitar player has to do is focus on the chord charts. The notes are mainly for the lead line for the vocalist, or for perhaps the piano players doing the melody when there's no singer. As far as solos, that's usually come from the musician. And what I mean by that is, when a songwriter gives you a song and says there's going to be a solo in there, I need you to put a solo. In most cases, he doesn't write out that solo note for you. He lets you do this, because solos are kind of personal. It comes from within that one person. And it's rarely ever showing up on sheet music, the solos. So you don't have to worry about trying to look at the lead line and the notes and try to play these notes at a time, because the solo is coming from within you. You're left with that responsibility to do the solos. But I talk more into detail about this concept in my third DVD. And my third DVD will basically cover some more charts or more chords that you can use to apply to play these songs off the radio. Something else is effects units and certain types of effects units, which you might want to buy if you're looking for a certain type of sound. Another one is mapping out song structures in minutes, meaning that you listen to a song and you need to learn how to play it, and you can listen to it in 5 minutes. You can have the whole chord structure and everything ready and ready to play, because I'm going to show you how to cut through the chase and how to approach that. Also, how to start or join your own band. So I'm going to touch on that. And also my tabbing services are still available. I do a tab of $10 per song for most songs. And I usually do a minimum of 2 per request. So when you're requesting a song to be done, I usually would do 2 of them. So it'd be $20 each time. This is really good for the gigging musician who has a gig coming up and he has a show where he needs to learn certain songs and he can't find the sheet music. So my clients come to me and say, I need these done, because I try my best to do the request free. I do those, but I get so many per day that I can't do all of them. And by the time I get around to your request, it might be months later. And you might have a gig next week where you need to know the chords to these songs. So I recommend, if you are in that situation or you just want a song that you personally like, email me or inbox me. And like I said, my tabbing services is $10 per song, a 2-song minimum. So each request that you submit to me should be 2 songs, no less than 2 songs, and more if you have more that you want to do, and they're $10 a piece. So I thought I would do an update as far as, DVD number 3 is coming Friday. So if you're interested, you can start your orders today, and I'll get those out starting Friday morning. They will go out. And also, again, my tabbing services for people that can't find the sheet music. They have a show coming up, and they need these chords because, as you know, I got over 1,400 videos now, and I normally try to play these songs to the letter, very close as far as the voicing and the correct chords. Because a lot of these songs, I might have the sheet music for it because when I do, I normally show it at the beginning of my video to let people know that I'm not guessing. Because sometimes I get people who tell me, oh, those chords ain't right. And I'm like, I'm playing off the sheet music, and sheet music is rarely ever wrong. It's notorious for being out of key, in a different key of the original recording, but I got over 300 songbooks. I think I had maybe perhaps 450 at one time. I reduced them. But the entire time that I went through sheet music, I've only found 2 mistakes. And one of them was just more or less a typo. And the other one was, I think, just a clear mistake. So that's a pretty good track record as far as accuracy, because this is what these people do for a living. And it goes out to the masses. So they make sure that they have these accurate, because in the publishing world, when someone writes a novel or book or any type of reading material, there are 2-3 other people that are called proofreaders that go behind these people to make sure that they haven't made any mistakes. So it's the same thing with songbooks. They're rarely ever wrong. So, when people tell me that's not right, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to believe you over the sheet music. Yeah, okay. Anyway, but like I said, I usually try to be as accurate as possible. I try to get the right voicings. If not, I come up with something that's very close and doable. So again, if you're interested in my tabbing service, 2 song minimum, 10 songs a piece, $10 a piece. Now, every now and then, I have to either reject a song because it might be a piano song, and then they want me to kind of transpose to guitar, and sometimes it just doesn't sound right. So I say, you need to make another selection. Or a song that requires a whole lot of my time because there's a whole lot of moving, a bunch of chords. I might have to charge twice as much because it's twice as much time I'm putting into it. But I rarely ever run into that. Normally when people send a request, I can knock it out, and I post it on YouTube, and then I will send you a DVD copy to your home of the songs that you have requested for me to tab. So on that note, I'm going to sign off. And if you have any questions regarding that, you can just inbox me or send me a comment, and I'll respond. Thanks again. Take care.